Hello and welcome to Gameweek 4 Championship predictions. Some big games this weekend. Leicester v Birmingham on Friday night is the highlight. Let's just jump straight into my Championship Gameweek 4 predictions. Do let me know your score predictions down in the comments. Shout out to Grimsby beating Manchester United on penalties last night as well. Let's just dive straight into my predictions for Gameweek 4. Into Friday night's game then, where Leicester City taking on Birmingham City. Of course, Chris Davies losing to Port Vale in the week, which was a bit of a disappointing loss for his side. They did beat Oxford, Blackburn and Sheffield United. All before that, they drew to Ipswich on opening day. Leicester City not been their best start. They beat Sheffield Wednesday early on, beat Charlton as well, but they'd have lost to Preston in there and to Huddersfield via a penalty shootout in there as well. Here at the King Power, last time these sides played was a 2-1 win for Leicester in April 2024. That was when Birmingham were in that relegation battle and Leicester City were in the bit of a promotion battle. 3-0 win for Leicester in the FA Cup as well when Tony Mowbray had that brief spell at Birmingham. 3-2 win when Rooney was in charge at St Andrews. No Cochrane, who's got a knock. No Wright, no Reed, no Suter, no Christensen for Leicester. I'm going to back... What am I going to back in this one? I'm going to back the home side. I'm just going to back Leicester City in this one. 2-1 at home, narrowly. Hate to go against my team, but I think Leicester are just going to win this one narrowly over Birmingham in this one by 2-1. I think Leicester still might have a bit too much quality, but then Birmingham's quality is just as good. But yeah, I'm just going to back the home side in this one to win by 2-1 in this one. Into the half-12 kickoffs then, as Middlesbrough take on Sheffield United at the Riverside. Middlesbrough be looking to continue their good form after 3 out of 3 so far. Sheffield United are 3 out of 3. 3 losses out of 3. Middlesbrough 3 wins out of 3, similar on Stoke. Good win over Norwich last time for Rob Edwards and his Borough boys. Of course, Sheffield United losing at home to Millwall. Again, both weren't involved in cup action as they were both knocked out to Doncaster and Birmingham respectively. Middlesbrough, 1-0 win over Swansea, 3-0 win over Millwall, 2-1 win over Norwich. And Sheffield United lost to Millwall, Swansea and Bristol City on their opening travel so far. Yeah, Ruben Sellers, surely there's only one winner here, and that is Middlesbrough, of course, you would imagine, on this one. I am going to back what am I going to back? I think Middlesbrough will win. I'm going to go for a nice 2-0 home victory for the home side in this one. And Middlesbrough are going to win this by 2-0 over Sheffield United in this one and put more misery on Ruben Sellers and his team. So Middlesbrough to win this by 2-0 in this one. QPR versus Charlton then in what is a bit of a London derby here at Loftus Road, of course. QPR getting absolutely hammered 7-1 at Coventry last time out. They'll be looking to respond under Julian Stefan next time out, weren't they? Against a Charlton side that lost to Cambridge in the Cup recently, so they'll be looking to do a lot better there. Charlton did lose to Leicester. Are the wheels starting to come off the Nathan Jones bus? Maybe only 1 goal scored and 1 goal conceded this time in the Championship. So far this season, 1 goal win over Watford, 1-0 loss to Leicester with a 0-0 draw mixed in there as well. Coventry absolutely battered QPR. QPR have been absolutely dreadful, but that's to be expected, down in 22nd spot under Julian Stefan getting to know the league. Watford similar down there as Watford are up in 12th. What am I saying? They're not down there. Last time these sides did play was a 1-1 draw. Charlton won that on penalties. Charlton did beat QPR back in the lockdown season with a 1-0 win over Queen's Park Rangers, 2-2 draw back in December 2019. The head-to-heads are screaming a draw in this one. I'm going to back a draw. I'm going to back a 1-1 draw between these two sides here. And I think it'd be a fairly safe option. And 1-1 between QPR and Charlton in this one. So fairly even draw for these two sides. So QPR 1, Charlton 1 here. And then what is into another bit of a local derby as Stoke City take on West Bromwich Albion. Stoke losing 3-0 in the Cup to Bradford the other night, I believe. West Brom getting really unlucky with a 1-1 draw at home to Portsmouth after that very, very good away win at Wrexham. In that one, Stoke did beat Southampton on the weekend. Before that, Sheffield Wednesday have been the perfect start for Stoke City. Head-to-head record said a 2-1 win for West Brom last in August 2024, and it was a 1-1 drop back at West Brom. Stoke have had a decent record last time out. It's been a fairly even contested on the head-to-heads. 10 wins for Stoke, 8 draws and 11 wins for West Brom. I am gonna back in this little local affair between these two sides. I'm actually gonna back West Bromwich Albion. I know this may sound strange with the way Stoke have started, but I am gonna back West Brom in this one. I'm gonna back them by 2 goals to 1. Good away win for West Brom to what it was last season. I just think Ryan Mason side a bit stronger than people think. Isaac Price maybe get amongst the goals again. And yeah, I could just see West Brom eking this one out over Stoke and winning by 2 goals to 1 here. Into the 3 o'clockers we go, and it is Blackburn taking on Norwich City. Blackburn, very, very good away win over Hull City last time out, but Hull do look absolutely dreadful, don't they? Norwich against Southampton lost 3-0 in the cup. That was last night. They did lose 2-1 at home to Middlesbrough. Liam Manning still finding his feet as Norwich boss so far. 2 losses and a win, of course. Only the 3 points for Liam Manning and Norwich City. Both these sides come in on 3 points. Last time these sides did play was a 1-1 draw back in March. And it was a 2-2 draw between Norwich and Blackburn last season, of course, as well. So it was a draw last season. Usually Norwich have had the better of the hands over the last few years at Ewood Park. I'm going to back them to win this. I'm going to back Norwich City for a nice away win in this one. I'm going to go for another 2-1 away win for Norwich in this one over Blackburn. I think Blackburn might struggle. Their home form hasn't been great the last couple of seasons with the fluctual manager changes and all of that. So yeah, back in Norwich City to win this 2-1 away from home at Ewood Park. Now to Ashton Gate, or Thrashton Gate, as Bristol City take on Hull City. Bristol City doing okay. Gerhard Strupp, apart from that absolute battering 4-1 of Sheffield United. They've kind of stabilised a little bit. 0-0 draw against Charlton in there, and 1-1 draw against Derby County, who were Bristol City were very close to coming away winning that game. 1-1 draw between these two sides in both games last season. Scott Twine is still available. Yeah, he's not injured just yet. A lot of a lot of injuries for Hull. Ajayi is one of them, coincidentally. Miller as well, Destan and Matozo as well. Last time they did play was a 1-1 draw back at Ashton Gate. Bristol City did probably deserve to win that one. I'm going to back the home side. I think it'd be tight. I think Hull will give them a right game. But I am going to back Bristol City in this one to get over the line and just win by a 1-0 over Hull City in this one. I think it'd be tight, but I think Bristol City will just get over the line in this one by a 1-0. Now, can Ipswich Town get their first win of the season as they take on John Eustace's Derby, who are winless to start the season? Preston beating Ipswich last time. That was a bit of a shock. Ipswich have drew the previous 3 games before that 1-1. Of course, I know the Bromley game was a cup match and they lost on penalties, but still, at Portman Road, you'd probably back Ipswich to get over the line in this one, wouldn't you? Although Derby do have a pretty good head-to-head record at Portman Road. They did it last time. Last time they did play in League One was a 1-0 win for Ipswich, but Derby have had the upper hand in the head-to-heads, but it's a different Ipswich, isn't it, under Kieran McKenna from what they were 5 or 6 years ago, 7 years ago, where they were at the foot of the Championship. Derby have a good record at Portman Road. Can they show it again and probably snatch all 3 points away from Ipswich Town? I very much doubt they will do, but I think this could be a very interesting game to watch. Ipswich should win this at home quite comfortably. I'm going to back Kieran McKenna's boys over John Eustace boys. I am going to back Ipswich by 2-0 over Derby County in this one. Actually, I'll go 3-0 just to put some more icing on the Derby. Don't look great defensively, which is weird to say about a John Eustace team. But yeah, I'm backing Ipswich to win this by 3-0 over Derby County in this one. Now to the Den as Millwall take on Wrexham. Wrexham doing well in all the wrong competitions at the moment. The Carabao they're doing really, really well in, but they cannot buy a win in the Championship. Of course, they did beat Preston 3-2 last night in the Carabao Cup. Millwall beat Coventry in the Cup as well Tuesday night as well, so that was a good win for them. Millwall did beat Sheffield United on the weekend. Middlesbrough they lost to, which was a bit of an odd result. They did beat Norwich away as well. It's a good win for Millwall there. First time these sides have played in a head-to-head, and there has been any matches recorded to date. For prediction in this one, I think I'm gonna back Alex Neil's side. I think it'd be scrappy. I'm gonna go for another 1-0 home win in this one for the home side, and Alex Neil's boys to get over the line in this one and win by a goal to nil over Wrexham, who will still yet to win a game. So yeah, Millwall to win this by a goal to nil. Now to Oxford United and to the Kassam Stadium as they take on Coventry City. Oxford getting battered by Brighton and Fabian Hurtz's side last night by 6-0. Weird because they had the same amount of shots, so they were in the game. They just got absolutely battered. It's just one of them games where quality shines over quantity, and the shots that Oxford had. Oxford did lose 1-0 away at Birmingham at the weekend. Coventry did lose to Millwall in the cup. They're not going to care about that. They are on the back of a 5-3 win over Derby and a 7-1 win over QPR. So very, very good for Coventry City. Their goal scorer, they're a bit too attacking, I would say. I know they've got a decent defence and they've got good players at the back, but yeah, I think they do need to just watch it a little bit. They have got Thomas and Kitching, as we know. Head-to-heads, what's this showing? Oxford do have the better head-to-head record at the Kassam. Championship-wise, it's been 2-0 wins, 2 for wins for Coventry, because these sides played back in League One as well. Last time they played was a 3-2 win for Coventry on both occasions. I'm going to back the Sky Blues in this one. I'm going to go for a nice 2-0 away victory in this one for Coventry City over Oxford United and get over the line in this one. So you're back in Coventry to win this by 2-0 over Oxford in this one. Now to Fratton Park as Portsmouth take on Preston, one of the sides that did quite well. Never mind, that wasn't Preston that did well at Fratton Park last season. What am I waffling on about? Last time these sides did play in a head-to-head was 3-1 win for Portsmouth at Fratton Park, and then back at Preston was a 2-1 home win for P&E. Last time these sides did play, it has been a draw. At Fratton Park was a 0-0 and a 1-1, but that was in Championship League One. And then back at Portsmouth was a nice 3-1 home win for John Mousinho's men. Preston have started the season really well, so have Portsmouth, to be fair, level on points with their local rivals Southampton. I'm going to back Pompey in this one. I think this could be quite a goal fest. You know what? Screw it. We'll go for all the goals. I'm going to go 4-2 to Portsmouth in this one. I think this could be quite the goal fest. It was goal fest last season, 3-1. I just think this could be an absolutely mental game. So yeah, back in Portsmouth to win by 4-2 over at Preston in this one, and Pompey to get over the line over P&E in this one by 4-2. Bit of an outlandish prediction, but that's why they are called predictions. So yeah, 4-2 to Portsmouth over Preston here. Now to Hillsborough as Sheffield Wednesday take on Swansea City. Sheffield Wednesday getting through against Leeds in the Cup when Dominic Calvert-Lewin skied one as well, which was quite funny. Wrexham drawing. Sheffield Wednesday did really well to come back and get a point against Wrexham at the racecourse. Not sure what's happened to Wrexham in the league. Plymouth, Swansea, 1-1 draw. Was that in the Cup? That was in the Cup because Plymouth aren't in the Championship. 5-3 win for Swansea in that one. Last time they did play was a 1-1 draw last time out. Head-to-head between these two sides last time out was a 1-1 draw and a 0-0 in the Championship respectively. And then Sheffield Wednesday won back in February. This is a tough one to call. Swansea have the better head-to-head record. 1-1 for Sheffield Wednesday, 4 draws and 1 win for Swansea. At Hillsborough, sorry. This either has a draw written all over it, or it has a Swansea win, of course, because of the financial issues. I'm going to back a Swansea win in this one. I'm going to go for some nice 2-0 away win for the Swans in this one and get over the line against Sheffield Wednesday. Nice 2-0 away win at Hillsborough and more pressure for Sheffield Wednesday down the foot. Can they do the miracle and survive? I doubt it. Now to the final game in the game week, and that is Watford taking on Southampton at Vicarage Road, of course. Watford be looking to win this, but they have been unbeaten in their last 2 matches in the league, beating QPR and drawing it away at Swansea. Southampton won against Norwich in the Cup. They've just sold Mateus Fernandes to West Ham for a ridiculous fee that I've just seen. I'm not sure, it's 40 million, I think. Despite losing to Stoke on the weekend, they still don't look the finished article. Southampton's best time to play the newly promoted side. Southampton should win this. They did beat them last time out at St Mary's 3-2 home win, and then it was a 1-1 draw back in the Championship on 9th of December. They also played in the FA Cup that season. So that Watford have never won at Vicarage Road against Southampton, so this could be an interesting one. Last 3 games have been draws. Southampton have slightly edged it. I'm going to back the Saints in this one. I think they'll get over the line. I'm going to back them by 1-0 over Watford in this one. I just think it'd be a decent game for Southampton. They need to win. So yeah, I'm going back Southampton to win this by 1-0 over Watford in this one and get over the line and propel towards those playoff places for the Saints. So you're backing them to win by 1-0 over Watford. Thank you very much for watching my Game Week 4 Championship predictions. If you did like the video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Do all of that good stuff, and I'll speak to you all on the next one, which will be Premier League predictions tomorrow. I don't know why I'm trying to think about that one. But yeah, so yeah, thank you all for watching. I'll speak to you on the next one.